Hello Aquarius. So today I've got the star card out for you, which is one of your cards in the tarot, and I was immediately drawn to these red poppies that are surrounding her. Now I looked up the symbolism of poppies. I was immediately getting like Armistice Day, remembrance of the First World War. It kind of gave me the Remembrance, which is the band that did the opening theme to the Friends song. I'll be there for you. So that could be relevant to somebody somehow. But I'm really getting I'm also getting the way that poppies can be used. I'm going to say as medicine, to as a sedative. Traditionally, they've been used as a sedative to ease pain and to aid sleep and rest. So they are also associated with endings or death. I don't really want to kind of throw that out there, but some of you may be healing from some sort of ending or I'm just getting this sense of rest, restoration, healing. I heard the word passing. So for some of you, this could be the end of an old dream, with it being the star card, the end of an old idea or something that you're letting go of and healing from. Now that could be a number of things. I'm also seeing this, I think it's like a duck or a swan or something in the tree, but I'm seeing it as a dove, especially along with her white dress. So I'm really getting this thing about peace, rest, healing. I just heard the war is over. So however that resonates for you, really emphasizing today the healing properties of the star card. So you may have been through a period of healing from something. It could be something, some kind of emotional healing from something that you've been dealing with for a very long time as well, possibly associated with ancestry or somebody who's passed over. I do feel like there's a sense of time with it though. It feels like this is something you've been doing for a while. Yeah, there's a lot of beauty and grace and tranquility with it today. So let's keep going. Let's pull you some more cards and see what we get. Actually, do you know what? We're going to go to Spotify first and get a song for your reading. I don't want to miss a thing by Aerosmith as playing. It kind of it's the song that kind of, as soon as I mention Capricorn, my throat's seizing up. I don't know what it is about Capricorn readings at the moment and the throat chakra. As it kind of followed on from the song that they got in the Capricorn reading. It kind of played onto this one. So take it if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. I don't want to miss a thing by Aerosmith. But let's get you a song, especially for your reading today. Again, Armageddon is about like endings, right? So I do feel like you could be healing from some sort of ending, whatever form that took. Aquarius, please. We're reading for Aquarius today. The reading's going to go up on Friday. Please, can I get the best song that's going to explain Aquarius's reading to us? Dark Horse by Katy Perry. Why does this keep on playing? Prism, Katy Perry and Juicy J. I'm going to have a quick listen to that. I'm going to have a look because it's got this behind the lyrics on it. So I'm going to see what the behind the lyrics has to say. And just again noticing the flowers, there could be some kind of significance to the fact that I'm picking up on the flowers from this card, and the fact that there's a lot of flowers in the background of that. So you could be doing something with flowers. Maybe you are a florist, or maybe somebody's given you flowers, or you've bought flowers for somebody else within either the last few days, or it's something you're planning to do like within the next few days. Obviously if you bought flowers for your mum last Christmas or something, it's not that. It's if it's significant to you at this time. Could be something to look into, about looking into the symbology of flowers as well, the meaning of flowers in that kind of Victorian way. I'm also thinking about there was a film about it was like a Sherlock Holmes film, but it wasn't Sherlock Holmes, it was his sister. I've forgotten the name. Enola Holmes, a film that was out recently, and her mother was very interested in the symbology of flowers. So there could be something like that for you. I'm also thinking of a tarot deck. I haven't got it. I know that Nicholas Ashbow has it, so I could be encouraging you to go and watch Nicholas Ashbow's readings. He's brilliant reader, goes very in depth in his readings, but he's been using these flower symbolism cards in his readings recently. I got daffodils, and it was funny because that day I was walking walking alongside some houses, and they had a bank like a grass bank across from the houses, and clearly somebody had gone along and planted loads of daffodil bulbs. So I'd seen all these daffodils and was thinking how lovely that the people in these houses are, you know, looking after that grass bank across from them. And then in the reading that I watched later that day, he pulled the daffodil card. So that was funny to me. So maybe go and watch his readings as well. Nicholas Ashbow. I think I'm pronouncing it properly. So yeah. Right, okay, I'm going to listen to that song off camera. I'm going to make a note of it, and then we'll pull you some more cards. Okay, so I didn't pause quickly enough after listening to that Katy Perry song. I got a bit too into it, and it ran on to Misery by Gwen Stephani. Yeah, put me out of my misery. It's like you could be dealing with a situation where you've got yourself a little bit addicted to someone. I mean, there's a line in that Dark Horse song where he says, I thought I was going to hit it and quit it, but I messed around and got addicted. So yeah, you may be dealing with somebody, or you may be somebody who isn't somebody who you should mess around with, because you take love very seriously, or they take love very seriously, and you know, somebody knows their worth, and they know that they're going to be hard to let go of. You know, you can't hit it and quit it with either you or somebody that you're connecting with. But yeah, Misery by Gwen Stephani is like really wanting to see someone. It's like being away from them is torture, so it's put me out of my misery, come and see me. Definitely could be a little bit wrapped up with somebody there. Not necessarily, there could be other things there that are going on. So interested to pull a few cards and see what happens. There's also that theme of behind the lyrics with that Dark Horse song by Katy Perry. Apparently a few kind of very kind of traditionally religious people kind of got a little bit upset about it, because she talks about magic. Do you know, I think that everything is one big thing, so I don't think it has to be two separate things. I think a lot of the time people like to polarize situations and make it about this or that. If you think about I don't know if you're dealing with a Scorpio, but the Scorpio had the Hierophant card and the High Priestess card at one point in their reading. I kind of pulled them, but it was because it was sat looking at me from the underlying, so it wasn't that I'd set it up. But the Hierophant and the High Priestess, the Hierophant symbolizes almost like traditional earthly religions, and the High Priestess kind of is more of the feminine kind of the older religions, if you like, the earth magic religions. You know, if you think of paganism and things like this is the associations with them, but of course they could be either. I see them as two sides of the same coin, quite frankly. But you know, whatever your religious views, you could be investigating your ideas surrounding religion. You may have had a few things that challenge your worldview, your perspective. I would say that just be accepting of what people are up to. The only thing that I would draw the line on is I believe in everybody having their own personal autonomy, and I don't believe in anything that tries to mess with that. So you know, sort of, if you want to call it black magic or put love spells or anything that kind of anything that tries to trap or change a person's free will, I would disagree with. And that extends to traditional religions, like you know, that put a lot of that say how you should live your life, right? I believe in people being free to make their own choices, as long as those choices don't have a negative impact on others. So yeah, let's all have free will and do good stuff with it, basically, is my thoughts. You know, and if people are harming others, then maybe it's time to look at dealing with that situation on a situation by situation basis. But yeah, I think there could be something like that going on for you, where there's a kind of reassessment of ideals, a reassessment of what is right and wrong, maybe coming up with your own perspective on that. I think Virgo had a very similar reading last week, where they were doing some kind of soul searching and reassessing and kind of developing their own I got a notification, sorry, their own ideas about what makes somebody a good person, perhaps. So let's dive a bit more into this and see what we get. So I'm getting very warm again. Definitely a lot of what's going on. It's that Scorpio energy this week. Right, okay. Aquarius, please. Aquarius for... what day are they going to be on? Friday. Aquarius's reading is going up on Friday. Can I get a... thank you. Okay, and wishes fulfilled. There you go, that's nice. Wishes coming true. Your card is the wish card, the dream card. Wishes fulfilled. Gorgeous. Noticing that there's like a black set of keys and a white set of keys there on the table. So you could be coming together with somebody from a different cultural or religious background, and making it work, is basically what I'm reading from that. So it could be that you and your partner are from different backgrounds, or you're interested in someone with a very different worldview on religion or something like this. But yeah, it's definitely like coming together. There's a lot of abundance here as well. Noticing again the flowers on the table there. A lot of wealth and abundance associated with this card. So wishes coming true. That's nice to know. Master artisan, because of the hard work that you've put into something. So 5 of keys, 6 of keys. That's interesting because these are very well shuffled. They shouldn't be consecutive, but that must mean that the keys are about unlocking doors, opportunities, putting in work, and getting kind of climbing the career ladder to me, or at least that's the way it's coming through at the moment. I'm also noticing the open windows on both of those cards, so there must be something to, like, doors opening, windows opening, being able to see or envision the next step, the next stage, where you need to go next. There's something as well with being indoors and looking out of doors, like this person is outside, but the view on these two cards is indoors. So obviously we've all been a bit stuck indoors, right? But I feel like any time that you have spent indoors, if you're talking about COVID or whatever, I feel like you've been either mastering a skill or working on something, or creating something. The increscent moon is talking about increscent is talking about the moon getting bigger, right? So it's talking about building something, creating something, time passing, and that abundance coming in after a period of hard work, because it's almost like the 8 of Pentacles. It's somebody who's done something over and over again and kind of mastered it. This also talks to me about Pygmalion, who he created a statue of his perfect woman. There's this thing about him, kind of something going on with morals here. So there's something about him, Pygmalion, heard stories about these women from this island who were basically prostitutes, and he was very kind of morally abhorred by this, and he started to have a very bad view about the women in his town, and he kind of squirreled himself away and started, he was a sculptor, and he created a statue that he kind of projected his ideal image of a woman onto, and he fell in love with the statue because it was like, Ibernus was the word that they use. It's talking about the pure white marble, right? Pure, the whiteness, kind of, we can get into race relations here and terminology, which is a whole different area of something that we need to explore one day. But the white was symbolic of purity. The statue was virginal, if you like. So he fell in love with it, and pressed his lips against it, tried to hold her, but obviously she was hard. I think it was ivory, not marble, sorry. I did actually look up the name of the word Ibernus, because I was thinking, is it ebony, or is it ebony or ivory? So I did look it up and traced the word back, and apparently it does mean ivory. So he prayed to Aphrodite. Interesting, because it mentions Aphrodite in that Dark Horse song, and Aphrodite granted his wishes and said, I'll make her real for you, and she became real and became his wife. So his wishes were granted. He got his perfect virginal woman, right? Interesting, like the star is talking to me about almost like Virgoan energy, the water bearer layer. So something to do with like, doesn't necessarily have to be about women, it can be about anyone, but this idea of what makes someone pure, what makes someone good, what makes someone honourable, and with that Dark Horse song, that Dark Horse is almost the opposite, right? It's talking about witchcraft and, I'm coming at you like a dark horse, but actually I'm getting quite a lot of stuff, and I'm not trying to say anything bad about you, Aquarius. It could just be something that you're also thinking about. If not, just leave it. But I watched a documentary series about, I've forgotten his name because it's not worth remembering, quite frankly. No, name's completely gone out of my head. A very famous, it was all over the news, a billionaire businessman who made his money through dodgy banking deals and lying about on his CV. And then he got loads of money and befriended all these like famous people, like and politicians, and basically was running a paedophile ring. Very, very famous case. I can't remember his name. I clearly just didn't think that that was worth remembering. Yeah, but he was preying on young girls because they were virginal, right? Because they were innocent, because they didn't know any better. Where somebody like Katy Perry with Dark Horse, she knows her worth. She's saying, you know, once she, what did she say? Oh, I can't remember the line that I'm trying to think of now. My memory's completely going. So she says, no, it's gone. It's gone. But she definitely, if you read the lyrics, she knows her worth. She's saying, "Don't mess around with me. You can't just hit it and quit it, right? You know, you better take this seriously because I'm serious." So she's not going to be taken advantage of. Basically, and maybe it's saying, "What do you want from relationships? Do you want something that's like a little lamb, like it's sweet? You can kind of." You know, mollycoddle it and kind of it'll do what it's told. You know, or do you want somebody who's smart, who knows the worth, who is a challenge, who is going to, you know, absolutely burn bright at your side and support you in a way that they challenge you and make you a better, you know, they make you grow as a person? Or do you want something that's just going to follow you around like a little sheep? Now, that's not me saying anything bad about you know, young girls or anything like this. It's saying that sorry, I was getting a name. It's the same name that's in the Katy Perry song. She talks about a serial killer in that song, and I can't remember his name either, but I think they have the same name. And I was thinking, after that horrible, like, after that horrible businessman, right, and the serial killer, like, why would you name your child that that name? Like, it's, you know, there's got to be a slightly tarnished name by this point. Jeffrey Dahmer, Jeffrey Epstein, there we go, got it. Don't call your kids Jeff right now, is what I'm thinking. The message is going through there. I'm joking, obviously, or am I? Why am I going down this road? What's going on here? But he had all these pictures as well up in his house, and they were like, you know, like you couldn't see the faces of the women because it's like the women's faces didn't matter. He didn't care about them as a person. He just wanted them for the body and his own sexual gratification. So I don't know why this is coming through. And I'm not saying anything bad about you, Aquarius. It could just be a warning about, you know, the people who you're dealing with, or something to do with right and wrong, or seeing below the surface of things. Maybe you've been treated badly by someone in the past and you're healing from it. I don't know. I don't know why I went down that road, but for some of you, it's just, you know, wishes fulfilled, your hard work is paying off. let's go with that. But I have to say, like, I have to say what comes to me. If I'm getting something from the cards, I need to say it because it's a message for somebody out there, and I don't know why, right? But you know, I would be doing somebody a disservice if I didn't possibly warn them about somebody's intentions, right? There's a reason why that's coming through. So, oh, there you go. Yeah, a little vulnerable little rabbit and the peacock. Capricorn just got this. Okay, if you watch the Capricorn reading, don't take offense. I'm reading, the cards speak to me differently depending on the other cards that are coming through, and I am an intuitive reader, so different things are going to come through in different readings. The rabbit to me is like a frightened little rabbit, right? Somebody who's scared, somebody whose alarm bells are ringing. They're about to flee. It's like that fight or flight response. The peacock talks to me about somebody who's a narcissist. At the moment, because they're having a face-off, right, and because of what I've just been talking about. You know, somebody actually did a psychological evaluation on what's his face, and they said he was a narcissist. He couldn't He couldn't understand the feelings of other people. He couldn't put himself in the shoes of other people. So your alarm bells may be ringing because you're dealing with somebody who is perhaps has, it's not for me to put a label on anyone, okay? I'm not saying that anyone you're dealing with is a narcissist. I am not a psychologist. I don't have the qualifications to do that. But the way that the cards are speaking to me is that your alarm bells are ringing because perhaps somebody is showing narcissistic traits or tendencies, and perhaps you suspect somebody is all show. All show. Trust you to get the tricky reading. Oh yeah, look. Yeah, what's underneath? What's underneath, right? What is somebody's true intentions? And then somebody here is like that vulnerable little rabbit. Okay. Make me the Aphrodite. It's funny that Aphrodite, and then Aphrodite's the goddess who made that. I mean, she was his dream woman. She was his empress. The rabbit speaks to me about empress energy. So it's like could have somebody up on a pedestal possibly, but they might be a bit of a dark horse. Okay, it's coming through as a little bit scary, but just remember that the way that the messages come through to me sometimes are a little bit over the top, so we can dial down the energy a little bit here. I don't want to kind of scare anyone. It just means it's just saying have your wits about you, Aquarius. Or perhaps you are concerned about, perhaps you have children, perhaps you have a teenage daughter and she's dating someone and you've got a little bit of concern about them and their intentions. It could just be something like that, right? So past emotions, please, for Aquarius. Past emotions, please, for Aquarius. Thank you. The Hermit in reverse. Wishes fulfilled in reverse and no success. So emotionally, you didn't have your wishes fulfilled and you didn't have success. But you weren't doing some soul searching that you should have done. You should have spent some time alone to do some soul searching and you didn't, which is why you didn't have your wishes fulfilled and which is why you didn't have the success that you wanted, because you didn't understand how to make yourself happy. There could have been some codependency or alcohol addiction or something negative there in your past. Sorry, Aquarius. I always seem to have at least one reading in my set where somebody gets a big dressing down and a big lecture. So I am sorry that you're getting this reading at the moment. Page of Wands. Emotionally wanting to communicate something that you're very passionate about. You may be a little bit naive, a little bit immature. And then you go into this, whoa, that is not immature, but that is definitely that energy. What are you up to here? You've got Libran energy here, fire sign and water sign energy. Oh, look, and the shark underneath there. Emotionally, wanting some kind of karma. She's a beast. I call her karma. She'll eat your heart out. Wanting karma coming in. Feeling like you deserve justice in a situation. Wanting to balance something out between this very masculine and this very feminine energy. Now, this masculine energy here is the King of Wands, somebody who's very, very passionate, but they have a huge amount of self-control. They can hold back, much more mature than this Page of Wands energy. And the Queen of Cups is emotionally expressive, emotionally open. Wanting to find some balance here between these two energies. Right, okay. Intriguing reading, Aquarius. What else do we have? The Four of Swords. Everybody's getting the Four of Swords this week after a period of healing. So let's keep going. What is going on? Oh, it's not moving on. Not moving on here. So you didn't move on from something, which is why you had no success. Tell me about the past thoughts, please. The past thoughts for Aquarius. The past thoughts for Aquarius. Past thoughts for Aquarius. Holding on to heartbreak, holding on to hurt feelings that you should have let go of. Thinking how to being very guarded, thinking how to guard yourself against heartbreak. Current thoughts, please, for Aquarius. What's going on, please, for Aquarius in the current thoughts? Hiding strength. It hid itself back in the thing. Hiding a relationship that gives you a lot of strength. Facing backwards, though, the strength to think about the past. The strength to think about a past heartbreak. She's looking at the heartbreak. Future. Hiding again. You're hiding your thoughts a lot here. The Nine of Cups, that was actually touching. I don't know if I can show you because I shut the deck again. There you go. That's where I pulled it out from. So it hid in the deck and it was touching the Six of Wands. So that's the Six of Wands and the Nine of Cups together again, which is what's up here. So here you are thinking about how to get your wish fulfillment here. Thinking how to get yourself happy without being codependent on anyone or anything. But the Chariot says no success, no victory parade, blockages, death. That's an end. Something needs to end. Page of Pentacles, plan, balancing, juggling, Seven of Pentacles, putting a lot of work into something. I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, and what do we have? Being defensive. Okay, I feel like it feels like you're not doing some shadow work that you should be doing, which is blocking your own success, right? Because you're not learning the lessons that the universe is trying to teach you. So you've blocked your own success in this. It could be that you're stuck in some kind of toxic cycle. You could have some kind of alcohol dependency and you're not quitting it. So the universe can't reward you with your wishes fulfilled because you're not doing the work. The Crescent Moon talks about doing the work. So have you been doing the work? Maybe you say yes, but have you, right? What does this say? The Chariot. Chariot. Right, okay. Past action space, please. Past action space for Aquarius. Which way, please? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Current action space, please, for Aquarius. Justice, there you go. And then future action space, please. The Hierophant. Whoa. The Queen of Cups on the underline there. Right, what on earth is going on for you, Aquarius? I don't know what to make of this. You've got Justice twice. And the Hierophant. So this could talk about contracts, including marriage. In your action space, in your current action space and future action space, contracts leading to some kind of higher commitment. And then emotionally feeling like justice was served. So you're dealing with some kind of court situation or paperwork or legalities or even karma now actively in your current action space. And this moves into your future emotions as saying, emotionally, yes, I achieved balance, I got justice, my karma came through, which takes you into a more mature space and a higher commitment. This is like rules, the establishment. This is traditional ideas about religion. Okay, so how did this all start? In your action space. Now, if this is you, Queen of Pentacles, again, Capricorn energy here. If this is you, with the rabbit. See how she's ignoring the rabbit? She's not even looking at the rabbit. She's looking at this pentacle in her hands. So you could have either been, this could be you or somebody that you're dealing with. Somebody here was too focused on work and was ignoring, could be family, other responsibilities, children around them. They were not nurturing the right things. They were completely focused on work or money or career. They were focused on the wrong things. Now, the Queen of Pentacles in the upright is gorgeous energy. She's somebody who's very nurturing, very, she puts the work in. She's very dependable. She'd be a great mum, right? She'd run the house and home brilliantly. A good boss. In the reverse, this is not good. It's somebody who's too focused on material things. They're neglecting the responsibilities. They're not taking care of themselves. They're not putting enough effort into a commitment or a relationship or a workplace. Somebody who's jealous or greedy. It's not good. Yeah, so she's ignoring that rabbit there. So there's the rabbit. So for some of you, it could be that you're leaving a long-term commitment of some kind, or that there was a problem with some kind of long-term commitment. So now you're dealing with this like court situation or contracts or justice situation to kind of rebalance this, especially if somebody wasn't doing the work. But then it leads you into a higher commitment. So whether this is, it's like divorce, getting the divorce through, remarriage possibly. Oh, look at that. You're divorcing someone and remarrying them? What on earth is going on for you? Right, okay, so in the past, you've got this Three of Swords in the reverse. So either you're getting over heartbreak or avoiding heartbreak in regards to this Four of Pentacles energy. So you're thinking, how do I hold on to stuff in this situation? How do I get my money out of this situation? How do I make sure I get my fair share with whatever this is? So you do get your fair share. There's it's in the upright. Someone rules in, they may not rule in your favor, but you're going to get a fair outcome. So you're kind of, either you're definitely dealing with somebody, it could be Taurus as well, dealing with somebody who is being very greedy, being a bit of a miserly, being a bit of a Scrooge, not investing in the situation, being very guarded, possibly to protect their heart. And then you have this feeling of not being successful and not having your wishes fulfilled. But somebody's not doing the soul searching. Somebody's not... Yeah, it could definitely be dealing with somebody who's narcissistic, right? Or who has narcissistic tendencies, because they're not doing the inner work. They're just focused on the money, focused on the prestige, but they're not getting the recognition they deserve, which might be why they're having a bit of a strop, possibly. So then, emotionally, this is emotional immaturity. This is somebody who jumps the gun, who speaks or does things or feels things without really asking themselves why they're feeling this. It's a child, it's a student, it's somebody who has a lot to learn. So emotional immaturity in regards to passion here. I mean, it's showing it. I maybe have a cross watcher. So if you're an Aquarius and you're doing pretty well, I may be talking about somebody that you're dealing with who's not great, or I may be speaking to a cross-watcher who's reading for a shadow side Aquarius. So I don't want to say that every single Aquarius coming to this reading is not doing very well, because that's not what it's going to be at all. But I ask for the most important message to come through in my readings, and sometimes it might just be for one person who really needs to hear it, who's dealing with a real difficult character. So, you know, please don't take offense. This might not be your reading, okay? If you're not resonating with it, just you know, maybe the next Aquarius reading will be yours. But I have to say what I'm getting, right? I asked for the most important message to come through, and this is what they've given me. So the strength to look back on the past, the strength to face the past, the strength to face someone from your past who possibly neglected you in a situation, thinking, do I have the strength to do this? Kind of trying to get your confidence up here. You may have somebody who's at your side who's supporting you through this, especially if you're dealing with some sort of legal situation regarding somebody in your past who was a bit of a not great character. But then you have this Justice card here and here. So then there is this sense of maturing in terms of passion, maturing in terms of knowing when to take action and when to hold back, and approaching situations with a lot more love. This is love and passion and justice in a situation here, emotionally in the future. This is actually really, really good on its own. I'd say that's really nice. That's a balance between the masculine side and the feminine side. This side that takes action but knows when to hold back, and the side that knows when to express emotions. Being very emotionally stable, being in full control of your passions, finding a balance between them, being in good karma. So on its own, that's really, really good. You're thinking about you're thinking, I want my wish fulfillment, but then again, it's with this Chariot card that says there's no success without movement. You need to make moves in your situation in order to have your wish fulfillment. So it's like the universe wants to bring it into you, but there's some kind of blockage in regarding something from your past. Don't drink too much. And then this higher commitment here, higher learning. But this can also talk about structures that control us, structures that set the rules, structures that stop us from doing what we want to do. So let me pull a few clarifiers, I think, here. Explain to me what this Hierophant card is in the future action space. Balance. Weighing something up. Achieving balance. You've got balance, balance, balance. So you're trying to achieve balance, and you need to have balance of your thoughts as well in order to be able to move forward. So can you tell me please why that Chariot is there in the reverse? Why is the Chariot in reverse, please? It may be that you have to be patient, so you're trying to stay balanced. 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups. Somebody may have some kind of like past life, like a soulmate from the past. It's like literally, because this is in your thoughts, and look what's going on with these 2 people's thoughts. It's like you could read somebody's mind almost, right? Finding balance in a connection from the past, and being able to see eye to eye. It feels like you've had a difficult relationship with somebody. Either you've got someone in your past that's been very difficult, but you confront them, balance is restored, and you're able to commit to this person. Because they are literally like your soulmate from the past. They just maybe had a bad patch, you know, that they had to go away and sort that out. But if they have done that, if they have matured and they've come back, then that's great. You know, success. So that person went away and did the work. It could be that you ended some kind of contract or legal situation with somebody that you were bound to, that was creating a blockage to your healing, because they weren't doing the work. They weren't nurturing this connection, so you separated from them, and you're now committing to somebody who is much more on your wavelength, who feels like you've always known them, right? Feels like somebody from, you know, somebody, yeah, it just feels like a soulmate connection, so you're committing to that person instead. Contracts here again, like contracts, the establishment. King of Pentacles on the bottom there, right? Confusing reading. I'm sorry. I am going to get you some advice from that card that we pulled. 6 of Keys. I don't know whether I'm going to end up recording this reading or whether I should just put it up. I mean, I asked them for the messages. I'll release control. So if this is what I get, then this is what somebody's meant to hear. But I'm just going to stop and restart, actually. Just because I'm approaching the 40-minute mark and I don't want it to cut out at 40 minutes. There we go. It just gives me control of where I had the break. A man works diligently sculpting a bust in his workroom. Behind him is a large window that overlooks the rolling hills of a harbour city. The moon in the sky points left, growing to full. It's called the increscent moon. This waxing moon on the card shows an exciting time of increase, abundance and growth. Your efforts have combined with external circumstances, and even the stars have aligned. If things have been financially tight for you recently, relax. There is a great opportunity for increase and fulfillment. In every way, financially, creatively, and even in your reputation and prestige. So just do your work and get ready to receive. So whatever the situation was for you, wish fulfillment is coming in. This is wish fulfillment. This is wish fulfillment. You've got wishes fulfilled. I'm going to read that as well for you. the star card is literally like the wish card, right? So don't worry, wishes will be fulfilled. You may have just kind of reassessed what your wishes actually are. The scene is a bright and full storeroom, a larder for a sizable and successful estate. Inside are keys and coins, wines and spices. Also within the room are a number of baskets filled with a bounty of fruits, vegetables, breads, flowers, sugars and grains. Even the many windows look out at the expanse of your world. This card is a sign that the time has come for your wishes to be fulfilled and your dreams to be realised. Difficulties may have challenged you for a time, but even in these, victory is assured. There is an abundance of sweet nourishment and acquired lands coming. The keys to your castle are yours. Celebrate. Somebody could be on the cusp of Aquarius, because I got this whole thing about like literally they had a castle in the background of some of the cards, and I was saying it's like you're buying property or you're investing in property. So, you know, somebody could be getting their wish to get their perfect house or something like that because of some hard work that they've done. So I don't know, you know, maybe you're getting a castle with a wine cellar. I don't know. I don't know. So I'm going to leave that there. We just need to get you a song to close out your reading. That's a confusing reading there. Okay, can we get a song, please, to clear this up? What is going on for Aquarius, please? Aquarius, I Got Trouble by Christina Aguilera. I got trouble, trouble, trouble. Do you like Icy Blondes, that Gwen Stephani image, and Christina Aguilera there? Always, I've got trouble, 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 always knocking at my door. I got a whole lot of trouble, baby, just like a kid in a candy store. I've got nothing but trouble, baby, not since the day I was born. Okay, I don't know. Make of that what you will, Aquarius. Some readings make a lot of sense to me, and some readings are a lot more confusing. Just be careful. Be careful about, I don't know, loan sharks, people with ulterior motives. The otter's under there, though. That's nice. You know, just be careful who you're dealing with, because somebody's coming across as maybe a little bit narcissistic, possibly. I don't want to put labels on anything, but I mean, the only person that's showing badly in this reading is basically this Queen of Pentacles here in the reverse. That's the only bad person in this reading. The only other people are like, this person's shown as a little immature, but then they show as being mature. And these cards in the upright are all really, really good. So everything else looks really good. The Chariot in the reverse is a little bit, looks like more of a blockage. May have some car trouble. But look, you've got the Two of Cups, the Six of Cups, wishes fulfilled, commitments, balance between emotions and passions here. So I feel like you've dealt with somebody in the past who is not a great person, but you're moving towards somebody who, or a situation where you're going to feel a lot more satisfied. So just don't cause trouble. Right, I'm going to leave it there, Aquarius. Make of that what you will. I hope you join me next week for hopefully a much more comprehensive reading, something that we can understand a little bit more easily, but hopefully it made sense to you. Right, I'm leaving. Oh, one thing though, I'm just noticing the columns on these two cards. That's an ionic column, and that is not an ionic column. It's much more decorative, so there could be something to do with the change in architecture, or like, I don't know, it could be something to do with the place. That's like Greece, and that's more like Corinthian. So I don't know. I don't know what that is. Right, okay, I'm going. Do take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, Aquarius.